Welcome to Dave's Glory Shopworks. On this episode, we're going to go over the repairs we've done to our 1979 truck box for the lunch truck for Brooke, and we're going to go over what we need to do for repairs as well, show you some of the steps along the way we've done, and where we're going with it from there. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, so here we go. Before we get started, I'd like to mention please like, subscribe, and share the videos. There's going to be different content all the time. We're not necessarily Dodge specific, Chevy specific, Ford specific. We're not European import specific. You've seen me work on pretty much anything that rolls into my garage. So if you don't see something that you like right now, keep checking back. If we find something that you do like, let me know in the comments, and we'll see what we can do to create some more content that you guys are all interested in. And if not, well, I'm going to keep on doing what makes me have fun and be interested in. Anyway, without further ado, here we go. So where we started was with this truck box for her 1979 Dodge lunch truck, as it's called. And as you can see, all the bodywork looks like a gobstopper. There are at least 4 different paint colors on this truck, and I know a lot of you would say just take it and make it bare metal. Yeah, on some rigs, but the plan for this truck is to patina this box to match her truck color, so it's a faded blue metallic, and we can do that. But also having this colorful base can help with that as well. So Natalie took this side and she started with 40 grit, got through with 80 grit, and now she has to come back and hit it with, 120, 180, 240, and then 320. And we're going to stop at 320 because we're going to douse it in a red oxide primer, the whole box. And from there, we're going to sand that with 400 to provide a good base for the blue metallic base coat, and hopefully we can make it match. Now if you look down here, this wheel well looks pretty good. Well, there's a reason for that. I took it and I welded in new sections. Now here's a little trivia for you. The rear wheel well on a 79 and back Dodge is about 3 inches longer than the front wheel well. How do I know this? Because we cut fender sections, wheel well sections out of front fenders, as we couldn't get a decent priced, decent quality supply for the rear wheel well lips. Normally that's not an issue a few years ago, but as you know, there's lots of parts issues right now. So this side's done, ready for filler. So here's what we have now for the driver's side. It had a lot more metal work required. The passenger side kind of started here and went across before the curve. Driver's side was right down into the curves. So I sectioned and pieced in several little sections. Now this section is because I didn't measure correctly. There was actually, I'd cut it, this piece and this piece and this piece are all one piece. And I cut it about here actually. And that actually left some turn down still. So this section, you can see it kind of still has some takedown for the curve, and it was supposed to be over here, but it was actually over here. So I had to do a little slicing and sectioning, and it never looks good when you do it. But as you can see with the passenger side wheel well, once I got these welds ground down to a point where I can filler, nice light little skim, it'll blend it all in nicely. So pretty happy with that. Now also, if you look at all these cracks on the driver's side, no, we're not just going to sand them and cover them over, because
No,
you see these little marks here? This is actual rust from a crack. I could grind this crack up for you right now and it would show rust underneath it. So everywhere's where there's cracks. In other words, this side's going to get a lot closer to bare metal than the other side. And after that, we've got a couple little rust spots. We've got some old trim holes that don't need to be there, front and back. And we're going to move our gas cap. The filler hole has to go on the back because we took a 1988 Dodge Ram Charger and took the fuel tank out of it to put into Brooke's truck. So, long story short, that's where we're sitting. And then the last thing we have to deal with on this truck box after all that is this gnarled mess. The opening for the taillight is all completely mashed up. I had to cut this to separate and get the tension out of it. The wrinkles are so hard and then they've been welded on that they're pretty much permanent form that way. So the only way to do some of this, and inside here, like this is where the tailgate clips onto, obviously. Well, if you look straight down, it is nothing close to straight at all. So, like I said, I was going to look for another corner, and I managed to find one. It's not perfect, but here it is. This is off of a 78 or a 79. And somebody had put some kind of big old spare tire bracket thing on it. We gotta get this stuff off, get the taillight out, strip down all the metal. Like I cut the whole side into the truck, so I got all that extra metal I gotta get rid of and clean up. Decide where I'm gonna cut this at, if I'm cutting it over here and cut the spot welds maybe, or if I'm cutting over here, like I don't know yet. But follow along and you'll find out when I do. So that's where we're sitting. We got lots of metal repair to do. We have some metal repair done. I'm hoping that by Sunday we will be, this is Wednesday, I'm hoping that by Sunday we will be able to lay down our red oxide primer, and then we can start doing scuff sand that out and then start putting on a couple other layers of different colors. So when we put the blue on, then we can shine it up a little bit, and by shine it up I mean sand through some of the blue in a couple places, try to reproduce what's on the truck for patina. It's going to be interesting. I've never done this before. I don't really go for it, but it's going to be a heck of a cool job, and I really want to try it out. But that's where we're going to leave it for now. When you come back next time, we should see that corner replaced and the major part of the bodywork done on this thing. And I really appreciate you guys watching, so thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we will catch you on the next one. Have a good night.